All right, all right. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining me in today's live stream. Today is Tuesday, I believe the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, April 15th. And so like I said before, we're going to try to stay a little bit more consistent with our live streams and get the information out to you guys that you guys need. Any questions that you guys have, please use the chat room. Right now, we're going live on YouTube, on the www.usamastersboxing.com website, and on Facebook as well. So we're live streaming in three different locations. So that way, everybody gets a chance to check us out. What are we doing today? Today we want to just kind of go over some of the new things that are going to be happening. Some of the new we'll go over some of the events and different things. And again, whatever questions you guys have, this is what we're here for, to answer the questions. But going forward, there's going to be a couple things that we're going to be doing a little bit differently, especially on the live stream, to kind of get things where they need to be. That way, every time you tune in, there's something new for you to grasp onto, whether it's an interview of different master boxers, coaches, just different people that are in our community and we want to know a little bit more about. So there's going to be things that we'll be doing, which will be great. Let me just do something real quick just so I can see comments and all that. Dan Borum is on here. Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are well. How's it going, man? It's going great, Dan. Great to see you up on here. And like I said before, we support you 100% with your battle. All right? All right. So where should we start? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's start with some of the things that are going on with the website. Some of you guys check out the website. Some of you guys don't. It's all good either way, but just so you guys know, on the website, it's being updated. So now, like if you go there now, especially like on the homepage, some of you guys are actually watching the live stream on the homepage. So that's one of the new things we'll be having. So anytime we live stream on YouTube, it's going to go directly to the website as well. For those of you that are on YouTube, and for those of you that aren't on YouTube, please take the time to go to the channel, subscribe, and hit the little bell button. I know everybody says that to get more followers and stuff like that. The reason why I say this is because any live streams that we do, from the events to the live streams we're doing now and everything, it's going to be on there. So it's a great way to be notified when we're going live, whether it be at a tournament, whether it be, one of our live streams like here now. So just so you know, when your family members are going to watch the live stream, they can actually watch it on the USA Masters Boxing website. So that'll be there. I'm going to actually post up I'm going to show some of the bouts from previous tournaments and stuff like that, just so we can get used to some of the bouts being shown on there and making sure we have a strong signal, making sure we have no issues. We want to make sure that everything goes smoothly, especially when we get to the tournaments. Dylan is on YouTube. He says, thanks. Where is your organization based? We are all over the United States, my friend. We are based all over the United States. Me personally, I'm in Los Angeles, California, between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. We have events throughout the country and everything. So please follow on here. And then also we have a Facebook group that's called Masters Boxing Division. So if you type that into the group section, you'll find our group. We have a pretty large group where we share a lot of the information. All right. So that's for the website. Please take a look at the website. There's going to be some new information on there as well. We're updating also the information that is there as far as, for example, like a lot of the questions that we get, for example, like what headgear do you need, hand wraps, just different, the uniforms and all that. and they have links to where it takes you directly to those things. So that way you don't have, especially for you that are new, it might be your first time competing, it'll take you directly to the equipment that you need instead of trying to guess, is this the right headgear because it says approved by USA Boxing. The Masters is a little bit different, even though it has the same USA Boxing logo on there. It just has an M on the middle, which stands for Masters, and that's the proper headgear. But the link is there. It'll take you directly to it, so make sure that you check that out. All right, and we'll also be posting a couple other things there, including, for example, let me show you guys a little something here. For example, the flyers. The flyers are in for the sparring camps. So if you go to the event section, all the events are there that are up to date right now, as well as the sparring camps. So our first sparring camp will be May 31st to June 1st. And the sparring camp, this first one will be in Atlantic City at the Showboat. And then we also have one for Los Angeles. We have one for San Jose, California, and we have one for Las Vegas, Nevada. So we're going to have 4 Masters sparring camps this year. So anyone that wants to participate, please take a look at the website. Registration is already open for all of them. There's a drop-down menu where you can choose whichever camp that you want to attend. And that's another thing that we're going to be doing for the website, is we're going to be doing some videos on how to do certain things. So, for example, how to register with USA Boxing, how to download the forms, and, just different things that some people might have a little bit of a hard time with. So stay tuned for that. All right, who's in the house and what is up with everybody? Again, questions, please post them up. I don't want to be the only one talking here. I want to read some questions and we'll get some answers and all that. Let's see here. We got Brad Ginn is in the house too. Sunny is in the house as well. Sunny says August. I'm not sure what that means. Sparring done for the day. Victor Melendez. Okay, we got some chats up in here. All right, here we go. Sean McFadden says, "What's up, brother? What's going on, Sean?" Sean McFadden over in Pennsylvania. They're doing a great job. He's been training one of these young ladies that is just amazing. Hopefully, we'll see her in the Olympics. But great job out there, Sean. Adrian Mijares says, "Yo." Fred Weinsberg, Mr. New York, says, "Hey, everyone." And then Sunny says, "Fried. Friend of Brad Ginn, Alabama. Nice to see your clip coming to before Reese referee camp." Okay, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, the Reese camp should be really good. We might talk about that. Let me see if I can get Mr. Reese on here and see what's up. Maybe he could talk a little bit about the camp. Might be good for those that are being officials and how to get to that pro level as well. Let's see here. Victor said sparring's done. Heather says, "Hi, guys. What's up, Heather? Good to see you, Heather, out in Kansas. Good old Kansas." All right, so that's what I got for you guys as far as the sparring camps. Anybody that wants the dates for those sparring camps, it's on the website, usamastersboxing.com. Just go to the main menu and click on the events link. You'll see it there, as well as all the events that are set up for this year so far. I believe we have them all up to date at this point. If we're missing any and anyone knows about it, please let me know. Would be happy to add those on, as long as I can get the information for that. I'm glad Brad Ginn is on here. I'm going to try to have him on for our next broadcast. We're going to talk a little bit about his training, and especially his training with what is it? Shoot, left my mind right now. What is the VR? What's it called, Brad? Shoot me a text real quick. What's it called? That we were going to talk about. Anyway, we're gonna have we'll have Brad on in in our next episode. Okay, so here we go. So Brad says, I'm actively looking for thrill of the fight opponents. I think I am going to attempt a sparring session. Okay, so for those that don't know, that's virtual reality, the VR glasses and everything, which we will explain during that interview kind of how they work and how you can use them for your training, especially for those that might travel a lot and might not be able to get to the gym as much as you would like. This is a great way to get a really, really good workout. What they're doing now is you can actually pair up with other people from different areas and go at it. So we'll talk to Brad a little bit more about that in our next episode. I'll bring him on. And what we're going to be doing for our interviews, we're going to do the interviews and record them ahead of time. So that way, if there's any issues where, there's not a strong connection or anything like that, we can fix that instead of going live and then, trying to fix something for a half hour and then it messes up the stream itself. So we'll be doing an interview beforehand and then we will present it in our next live stream. And a lot of good information that Brad will share with us as far as the VR sparring and boxing and all that, and the workout, more than anything. He says, looking forward to breaking it down for everyone. And we appreciate that, Brad. Brad's the one that told me about it. I ended up getting the VR glasses and everything and the system, and it really works really, really well. I got to use them a little bit more. I just been traveling a lot, so it's been really hard for me to get on at a good time. So, and making some excuses as well. So we got to cut that out. We're gonna get back on it, and we're gonna do our thing. So that's one thing we'll be talking about the next one. All right, VR training. Okay, so. Any questions, anybody? Anybody have any questions, concerns about any of the tournaments? To update you guys for Vegas next year, I'm already in the talks with the Orleans, so it looks like we're going to be good for the Orleans next year. But like I said before, there will be a little bit of an increase in the entry fee for the boxers, and that is just so we can have everything at the hotel. You'll actually end up saving money because you won't have to Uber, you won't have to do anything else. You'll get a discount with the hotel. So so a lot of positives, even though the increase will be a little bit. It'll go from 165 to 200, just so everybody knows. And then I'll explain more about it as we go along and once we sign the contracts and everything. But it's about 99% sure that we'll be at the Orleans next year. Once we have that locked in, I will open up registrations, and the reason why I'll open up so early is because I need to know how many people are actually going to be competing, so that way we know how many rings we're going to need, all that kind of stuff. And then the Orleans has different locations that we could use. So the ballroom that we used this year, as you can tell with 3 rings, it was a little cramped because we did get pretty busy. So there's a couple other spots that they have that are bigger, and they even have an arena. So so there's some different options that we can take. It just depends on registration, how many people we're going to have, and what we need. Do you ever have events in Michigan? I personally don't. But I know there is an event in Michigan that they're doing, I believe, in July. I don't have their information yet. I've asked them for their information. I haven't gotten it. So it's not on the events page. But I'll keep hounding them down. Do me a favor. Just check the events page on the usamastersboxing.com site. And I hopefully will have it by the end of this week. I will reach out to them again and see if I can get the information for you. I know it's I believe it's either June or July. So I'll get the information for you, though. All right. Let's see. Okay. So that's what I have for Vegas. What else? What else? Anybody have any questions? Again, questions. Let me. I have to type on the Facebook thing just so so like all the things pop up. So I apologize, but let's see. Let's see what we got here. Victor says 4 to 5 weeks for Rude Dog. Oh yes, we'll talk about that in a second, Victor, for sure. Thrill of the Fight says Adrian Mijares. I really like the VR deal. That's awesome, says Sean McFadden. Yeah, if you try once you try it and actually do it a couple times, you'll see the workout that you can achieve from it. Now, the one thing I will recommend, and we'll get more into this, but the one thing I will recommend is just make sure that you are on point with your with the basics. So your stance, don't get sloppy. Trying to throw haymakers because you're playing the game or whatever. Use it as a way to improve on your technique and all that. So anyway, let's see here. Sonny says ref camps at the Orleans. Cool, good stuff, champ. Let's see here. What else? And then me saying hello. All right. All right, so that's what I have for you guys for Vegas. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Rude Dog tournament that's coming up. That one is coming up. Let me get the dates real quick. All right, that way we're talking specifics and not guessing. You know what I mean? All right, let's see here. Let's go to the events. Let's see. Okay, Rude Dog, May 17th and 18th. The Anna Maria Island Center. That's where it's going to be taking place. So anybody that's interested in competing in that, make sure you register as soon as possible. I know he's only taking in, I believe, 100 boxers, and I think he's close to getting to that. So if you're looking to compete in the tournament out in Florida, in Anna Maria, Florida. Make sure that you get your registration in ASAP. All right. What can we talk about that? If you don't have the address to their registration, once again, just go to usamastersboxing.com and then just click on the events link on the main menu, and it'll bring you up to all the events. And it's the first one that you'll see on here because it's the next event that's coming up. And it has all the information there. It has the website, the cost, the days, location, address, everything. Okay? It'll have the hotel, the designated hotel for the tournament as well. So it'll have all the information there for you. And so yeah, look forward to seeing whoever goes out there. I'm trying to get out there myself. To help out any boxers that need help and just enjoy the event. A lot of times when I'm doing my events, it's hard to enjoy in the moment just because I'm trying to deal with everything that's going on. And so I'm here, there, and not really able to sometimes just being able to talk to some of the boxers and all that kind of stuff, So I look forward to hopefully getting there and talking to everybody and anybody that needs some help with quartering or anything like that. I will be available. All right. Anything you wanted to mention on this, Victor? Let me know so we can talk a little bit about that. Other than that, let's take a quick little break with one of our sponsors, none other than Title Boxing.
Were you expecting someone else?
All right, there you have it. Big shout out to Title Boxing. Thank you for always supporting the Masters division. We really appreciate you and look forward to some more work together. All right. Question for you guys. I have a question for all of you, and think of this in not like little things like this little thing or that. What do you guys see that can be improved in the Masters division? Please don't tell me headgear. Please don't tell me size of gloves and all that, because that's not going to change. Just letting you guys know right now, that's not going to change. Those have been conversations for a long time, and they're just not going to change. It has to do with insurance and different things. What I'm talking about is when you guys go to a tournament, what is it that you guys, what is it that you guys love, and what is it that you guys see that maybe we can do, maybe improve on? What is it in the division? How can we make the division grow? That would be my question to you guys. What do you guys think about being able to help grow the division? What would help it? There's a couple things that I'm going to be doing to try to help that out, and I'll show you guys in a minute. But I want to hear from you guys to see what exactly would help the division grow. Brad Ginn says rankings and a TV deal. Okay, way to reach out there. I don't know about either one, boss, and I can tell you the rankings is tough. The reason why is because we have such a large range of ages. We go from age 35 to here at the Vegas tournament. We had a guy that was 82 years old. So it's a tough one to do the rankings. My thought was, and it still is, a way to kind of start it was a Champion of Champions belt and the ranking of that. You know what I mean? Because the reality is right now, with the age range that we have and the number of boxers that we have, it's hard to kind of put everybody in a ranking system. But trust me, we're going to come up with one way or another. You know what I mean? But I think the Champion of Champions would be a good start. And I already talked to USA Boxing about it, so they had some questions, and they don't like things that are out of their realm, and without them knowing or whatever. But the reality is they've been thinking about trying to do some sort of rankings for Masters as well. But again, it's just a hard thing to do. But just to explain a little bit about the the Champion of Champions system and how it would work. I wanted to start it in Vegas, unfortunately, because of the confusion with USA Boxing. I wasn't able to start it there, so I'm trying to figure out if maybe I started in New Jersey or I start it once again in the next Vegas tournament in next year. But here's how it works. So, for example, if you competed in the Vegas tournament, let's say you win it 3 times, right? So we have some people that have already done that, but let's say, but to kind of get it started and kicked off, they would have to win. Let's say we're going to do it in Vegas next year, okay? Let's start over. We're going to do it in Vegas next year, the February tournament, okay? So here's what would happen. If you win that tournament 3 times, right, and you have to win it this coming year, even if you've already won it 3 times before, okay? But you have to win it this year as well. But if it equals at least 3 times or more, then you're going to be the Champion of Champions for your division and age group, okay? And what's going to happen is now with that belt, you're going to have to defend that belt in other tournaments. For example, we're starting the San Diego tournament. We're starting the, not starting, but we have the New Jersey tournament. So it'll start with my tournaments, the ones that I hold together right now, to kick it off and to get it started. because I don't know how the other promoters would feel about it. I don't know if they want to be part of it or not. And so I'm going to kick it off and do it that way. Okay. So now let's take, for example, Brad Ginn, who has done really well in Masters, in boxing in general, as a matter of fact. Okay. But let's say he wins it this next February. He's champion of champions. Now his next tournament is going to be in New Jersey, right? He's going to skip San Diego because he can't make it. Obviously, funds make a big thing. But he has to defend it at least once in that same year, okay? So he has to defend it at least once in that same year. So if he's going to skip San Diego, he has to defend it in New Jersey. Now, if he doesn't make it to New Jersey, then he vacates the title, and whoever wins in Jersey from that group will be the champion then. All right? Because we want it to be consistent. In order to start rankings, we have to have people competing quite a bit. All right? So, if if he loses, let's say he loses in New Jersey, then that person becomes the champion of champion, and then he's the number one. He's the next, next in line. And that way we just start formulating a ranking system. I got to put it in writing so you guys, I think it'll be a little bit easier, because just off the top of my head, I'm kind of going all over the place a little bit, but just so it makes a little bit more sense, I'll put it in writing for you guys. I'll put it on the website. I'll put it in the Facebook group, and that way you guys can understand it a little bit more, and hopefully it brings a little bit of excitement to everybody. And you're defending the belt. Hopefully it'll also bring more opponents, because I want to be the champion. You know what I mean? I want to be that guy or that gal. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to be doing. As far as a TV deal, hey man, I'm all for it. We'll see what happens. Give me 1 second here. Let's see who else has. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. We have. What up, big dog, from Richard Best. What's up, Mr. Best? We have our challenge we gotta do. I think it's great. Plenty of tournaments and both cost. Ranking under USA Boxing is a point system, so there is no real conflict with the ages. The point system. Yeah. We'll have to dig into that, Victor, because I haven't really researched it like that, so I'm not gonna say like I know how it works, but maybe you can give me a little course on that, and we'll figure it out. Let's see here. Erica says, I would like to work with you to grow the female masters boxing community. Erica, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I had a meeting with Maggie Seawright, who's on here as well. Good to see both of y'all. But there's something that we talked about to try to do that, actually. So bear with me. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. All right? Let's see here. Maggie says, hey, Manny, missed the first part. I'll go back, watch later. All right. Sounds good. Let's see. Over here on YouTube, we have just got my dual elite and masters book. I couldn't be more excited. Awesome. I can't pronounce your name. Alive Inside Inc., I believe. Alive Inside Inc. Congratulations and enjoy it. Those of you that are 35 to 40, you can box in both the elite and the masters division. So get your bouts in. You know what I mean? Get those bouts in. Okay. So we'll work on that. Obviously, I'll partner up with Victor and see how USA Boxing's works, and we'll figure it out. Will champions of champions get airfare and hotel covered if required to defend the belt after winning 3 times? Hard to travel to 3 events year round for multiple years. No. Number one, we don't have the funds to do that. Because you got to think, there's going to be probably, I don't know, probably 30, 40 people that get that. So we definitely don't have the funds to do any of that. I think you misunderstood me as far as you have to defend the belt once a year. Okay, so if you win it in February, you just have to defend it once that year. Okay, so next year, and then the following year you have to defend it once. Until you lose or you no longer are competing. So it's not that you have to be to 3 events each year. I'm just saying I have 3 events that I hold per year, and it's an option which ones you want to compete in. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Hopefully that clears it up a little bit. Again, I'll put it down on paper. I think it'll be a little bit easier to read and understand. And then also these questions that you guys have, I'll make sure that they're answered within that itself. All right, so we have that. Did you get the dates for the sparring camps out yet? Brandon, yes, they're out and they're actually on the website. Go to usamastersboxing.com, click on the events link, and you will see all 4 sparring camps. They have dates, they have locations, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Any other questions? Okay. No other questions here. No other questions over here. Okay. So for the women, just so you guys know, I talked to Maggie Seawright, and one of my questions was, how can we figure out how to get the women's division, the women's side of it, of Masters, to grow, or whatnot. So we brainstormed a little bit. We want to put together a Zoom meeting, and then kind of throw some ideas at each other. But one of the things that we were talking about is getting a couple of you women to take ownership in certain areas, right? And then to reach out to the gyms that are in those areas and find out what women master boxers are in those areas. And that way we can keep track. So whenever we have any type of information, tournaments, events, anything like that, we can shoot them out to them. We can try to figure out a specific tournament where we can get most of the women to compete in. I know there's an all-women's event that Jackie does, but if we want to do another tournament, select one of the tournaments where a lot of the women can go to. So that way we start getting, more of the women bouts and put it out there a little bit more as well. One of the other things that we're going to be doing, that I'm going to be doing, is I'm starting up the Masters Boxing magazine again. So just so you guys know what it looks like, this is one of the older issues. So you can see the cover. It's very well done. I try to do it as professional as possible. You know what I mean? We have information on. We have it from the Masters, and we try to do everything professionally, from the photo shoots to, to the articles themselves, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not something that I take very lightly. I really, really put a lot into this, and I want to start it up again because it did help get the word out with different people. And then being able to read some of the stories of some of these master boxers inspire others. So I want to get that going again. So if you want to be a part of it, please let me know. Shoot me a message. Let me know. Some of you have already, and we'll continue to do it because the plan is to release the next issue next month, towards the end of next month. And so right now I'm putting the articles together and everything. So we can get that going again. And maybe we can do an all women's issue where we feature all our women, well, not all, but some of our women master boxers, and try to get it out, try to get the word out like that as well. So, Erica, if you're interested in helping us out to spread the word out for the women, reach out to me. We'll set up a date where we can invite some of the other women, and we'll figure it out and try to get the growth for the women as well. All right. All right. Any other questions, concerns, topics we want to talk about, or anything like that? Let me know. Let's see here. I don't have any other questions, it looks like. Oh, and also, by the way, for our bouts and for our bouts in our tournaments and all that kind of stuff, we want to get a little bit more, how should I say this? A little bit more professional. I don't know. What I want to do is highlight you guys. This is just like a little sample, so take a look at it. But when I ask for pictures on, when you register and stuff like that, the reason why is, and please send a good picture. Some of you guys send like an image that's like half an inch. It does me no good in anything. Because if we want to do any type of, what do you call it, promotions of like brochures or anything like that, programs, I'm sorry, like the boxing programs or anything like that, we need some images and things like that we can use for those programs, and also for something like this. Let me show you guys. You guys tell me what you think, if it's a good idea or we should just can it. But I was thinking of, just kind of highlighting things when you have a bout, you're scheduled and all that, doing something like this. Check it out. And obviously, we would use this for, the live stream, stuff like that, or even to let people know in your area that you have a match, and those type of things, just to hype things up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. Is it a good idea, bad idea? No one cares. Just wasting time. Let me know, because the reality is, as a group, is how we make decisions. So I just want to get your guys' feedback on certain things, certain ideas I have or whatever, and see what you guys actually think. So give me a little something, give me some information, let me know what you guys think. All right? All right. So other than that, that's what I have for you guys right now. I still have to do Fast R says yes. Okay. That's one. All right. I appreciate it. We still have to do the awards for 2024. There was a little issue with actually two of the awards that people couldn't make up their mind. It kept being tie and tie and tie. So we're just trying to break those ties, and then that way we can actually do the awards. Aside from that, also, we're going to have, and again, this is another thing why I need pictures, is for these awards, I need your guys' pictures because, for example, we have a little, I wish I had it on here, but we have a little thing where it shows like the 4 contenders and then who the winner is, right? It would have like your name, your picture, and then like this contender number 1 for fighter of the year, contender number 2 for fighter of the year, contender number 3, 4, and then the winner is, and then it would flash up who the winner is with the award and everything. So again, for me, visuals are very important for me. I think they help. It's just like when I put up a post on the Facebook group. If I don't put a picture, like, no one reads it. If I put a picture up, everybody seems to read it. So visuals are very important. But anyway, please help me out with that. And again, anybody that wants to be a part of the magazine, reach out to me. Let's see here. Brad Ginn says, that is great for promotion, the sport, and hyping up the matches, which adds to growth. I 100% agree. Handing out collectible programs would be a great marketing tool and could sell space to cover costs. Yeah, no, absolutely. That was another thing I was thinking about. We got to bring back like the programs and stuff like that, because it's something that, you know, someone that was there can take with them, and you know, it's a great memory for everybody. Yeah, that's another great idea, Brad. Is of course programs could keep the rankings posted too. Yeah, and we could highlight who the champions of champions are. You know, all those type of things. So there's a lot of things that we can do with that. So again, but if I don't have support, if we don't get any pictures or anything like that, then it's pointless. You know what I mean? So please help me out with that. Definitely want to get people. And this is for you guys. It's not for me to, you know, to make money off of or anything like that. This is to highlight you guys in events that you guys are participating in. You know what I mean? I want it to be the absolute best experience possible for you guys, for your family members, friends, and everybody. But you got to win. But you know how we do. But anyway, okay. Let me try one more time. Okay, we only have Maggie that says, nice, yes, I agree, pretty cool. Okay, cool. So with that said, we're going to try to get some of these things going. Like I said, if you guys can, please help me out. What I'll do is when registrations come in, if you don't attach a picture, I'll reach out to you once. And if you don't want to submit a picture, then that's fine. That's okay. But at least I'll try, and you know, in case forgot, whatever the case may be. All right. That's what I got for you guys for today. I think Saturday what we'll do is we'll have the interview with Brad. Brad, I'll reach out to you tomorrow, and we'll figure out a time and day that we can do the interview before Saturday, and we'll feature it on Saturday. And then also, hopefully we can get these awards announced on Saturday as well to get that done. And that's it. If you guys have any other topics that you guys would like to discuss or anything like that, post them up, and then we'll discuss them on our next live stream. All right. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to do some pre-recorded stuff as well, because sometimes I'll go out to Wild Card, and I'll do some recording with the people out there, and you know, just kind of put some videos together, some highlights and stuff like that. They absolutely love Masters Boxing, so it's when you see Freddie and everything, they're excited about it as well. They have some boxers that compete from their gym as well. So I might do something like that, you know, record a couple of videos, you know, maybe with like Freddie and some of the boxers there and coaches there and everything. And then I'm also, just so you know, for the camp in LA, I'm trying to work out a trip out to Wild Card as well. So that way we can do some of the sparring there, meet some of the coaches there, meet Freddie and everybody, and kind of have it be an addition to the camp and stuff. All right. Anyway, I'm talking too much now. We'll deal with that as it gets closer. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, this is your world as well. So any topics, anything that you guys would like to be added, let me know and we'll get it done. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys on Saturday. Peace.